Producers experienced severe drought in 2022 and had to sell more cattle than normal as a result. Now, fortunately, the IRS allows these livestock producers to defer tax under the involuntary conversion rules. Roger McEowen with the Washburn School of Law joins us now for more on this. So, Roger, let me ask you, first of all, is this rule, is it widely known throughout the industry?
Well, that's a good question. I'm not sure if it's widely known. It's certainly well known by tax professionals that represent farmers and ranchers, and I would hope that they would convey that information on to their clients. And I write about it a lot and talk about it a lot. But I think producers have a general idea that when they have to sell more livestock than they normally would in a particular year, that there's something out there that might help them tax-wise. But the specifics of it, not so much, probably.
Yeah. So how does it work?
Well, there are actually two provisions that might apply. You have the ability to use a one-year deferral. So instead of reporting the excess sales, the income from the sale of the excess head of livestock this year, you can push it off into next year. The other one is, as you mentioned, an involuntary conversion rule where you have to replace the excess animals sold with like-kind livestock within basically 4 years.
So when we talk about the involuntary conversion rule, what are some of the eligibility requirements?
Well, you have to be in a drought area that's designated by the federal government as having sustained drought. And if that is prolonged drought, then you can extend that for the 4-year period for another 4 years. And it only applies to livestock held for draft area or breeding purposes. It does not apply to livestock that are held for slaughter or for sporting purposes, does not apply to poultry. And you're going to have to do some math. You have to compute the gain on the income from the sale of the excess head more than you normally would sell in accordance with your normal business practices. And that's over the prior 3 years. And so you're going to have a pretty good record to convince IRS that you're just simply deferring on or using the involuntary conversion rule on the excess more than what you would normally sell.
Yeah. So obviously producers looking to find out if they're eligible. Can they determine by region too? Is that something that's online they can go find out?
Yeah, by the end of September every year, the IRS is required by the Congress to put out a list of what's known as the drought counties. And they put that list out just a couple days before the end of September this year. And as expected, it's a lot of the Great Plains and in portions of the Midwest. But as you go further west, obviously, there's more and more counties. And if you're on that list and you had used the deferral provision, your 4-year window was going to expire at the end of this year, then that moves to the end of next year. So that 4-year goes to 5. And that's redetermined on an annual basis.
Always great information, Roger. Thank you so much. And I'm sure people can just call their local tax guy and find out if they qualify for this and find out how to defer these taxes, right?
Well, hopefully, and I have information on my blog, on my website about this too.
That's the best place to go, always. Roger McEowen with the Washburn School of Law. Appreciate your time this morning. Thank you so much.